Earlier this week, I was asked if I wanted to come to Milan for a day. So I said, why not? It's relatively close to Monaco, quite easy to get to. So here I am in Milan for about 12 hours until I need to continue on my journey, which will be the next vlog. 12 hours doesn't sound like a lot, but actually it all depends on the way you schedule your day. And I am a brilliant planner, so my schedule contains a bit of everything, which includes me showing you guys the amazing hotel room that I'm staying in, Tyson and I going out for a walk in one of the most beautiful parks in Milan. Then we've got a lunch planned in a very cute little courtyard in the center of Milan. And then I'll spend the afternoon giving you guys a tour of some of the most famous historical landmarks in central Milan, as well as some of the most famous streets, as well as some spots that are close to my heart and that are personal to me because I did used to live here in Milan about 10 years ago during my time at university. And then obviously we've got a dinner planned too. So yes, it is a lot, but something tells me we'll manage just fine. Right next to where I'm staying, there's a big park where Tyson and I have just come for a walk. And when I say big park, I obviously don't mean like Hyde Park or Central Park, but it is really big, especially if you compare it to the small gardens where I normally walk him in Monaco. And the other great thing that I absolutely love about this place is that you can have your dog off the leash, which isn't allowed in about 99.9% of places in Monaco. So Tyson's loving it, I'm really happy, and I think we'll spend a while here. It's always been really important for me to give Tyson that freedom where he can run around and explore and be off the leash for as long as possible, just because he spent so long in a shelter. He spent most of his life there, unfortunately. It just means he hasn't had the chance to experience the world like a lot of other dogs have. So I'm hoping that by, taking him on all of these adventures, I can sort of make up for it and give that to him. What a cute little courtyard! I really enjoyed that lunch. And now it is time for me to do a little central Milan tour for you guys. I only have a few hours before I have to head back to the hotel and get ready for dinner, but I think that's just enough time to see the Scala Theatre, the Duomo, and a few other streets that I think you'll enjoy. Okay, behind me we have the Scala Theatre, which is the famous place where technically opera was born. It doesn't look very impressive as a building, but on the inside it is very, very beautiful. You should search on Google Images. I did go inside once when I used to live here, and it was a mind-blowing experience. Now, the reason that the Scala is so famous is because the building was constructed in the 18th century by the Empress of Austria at the time, who also used to rule Milan. And it's from here that it became spread around the world and that it became a famous art form, which it still is these days. So to go to a concert in the Scala is, even today, a big deal. So if you're wondering what this incredible place is, this is called Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, and it is Italy's oldest active shopping gallery with a bunch of designer stores, some cafes, and even a hotel that's got views on the interior of the entire gallery. and this jaw-dropping gallery leads right onto Piazza Duomo, which I can already see, which I haven't been to in quite a few years. I have come back to Milan a few times since I left 10 years ago, and I have seen the Duomo. The last time I think was about 2.5 years ago, but still, every time I see it, I am completely blown away. So I think this time will be no exception. Hold on, we're just gonna turn the corner. I can almost see it. I think you guys are feeling the change of light. We are going outside again, and lo and behold, what? Every single time I see it, I just can't help but, you know, pick my jaw up from the floor. It looks amazing. Okay, I won't tease you guys anymore, and I will actually show it to you. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I look at the Duomo face on, it almost looks like a 2D photoshopped version of itself, because you can't see any of the sides nor the back, so it almost doesn't look real. It's a really intense feeling that I'm being fooled. And I don't know if anyone else feels this when they're here, but if you've been to Milan and if you've seen the Duomo live and stood right in front of it, let me know if that's also something that you felt. And now I'm thinking of going over to that statue and climbing all the way to the top so that I can get a good time lapse for you guys. Let's see if I'll manage. The other thing that Piazza Duomo is known for is the amount of pigeons that come here. Some people find it unique, others find it a little bit gross, but it is a known fact that a lot of tourists come here not only to look at the Duomo, but also to take pictures surrounded by pretty much hundreds of pigeons, something that I've never done. But do you know what? I have to admit, sometimes it does look kind of fun. The Duomo here in Milan has one of the oldest, I would say, histories in any Duomo in Europe. It was built over 6 centuries, so it took them about 600 years to build this thing, which definitely shows. But also, it is one of the biggest churches in the entire world. It is possible to go inside, and it is also possible to see it from above, so from the rooftop, which I've done a few times whilst I lived here. But for me, I think the most fascinating thing is to actually look at the details. So every single piece of marble, every single statue that was obviously handmade at the time. I'm going to show you guys some of the bits and pieces that particularly stand out to me, and you'll tell me what you think. The thing is, I have been inside the Duomo, but I'm not sure if I want to go back in again. And that sounds horrible because it's such a huge landmark, and it is a beautiful Duomo inside as well. But the thing is, when I went in there, since it's built in a mostly Gothic style, I just felt like this really dark energy, and I don't know how to explain it. Normally when I go inside cathedrals and churches, it often feels light and positive, whereas here with the Duomo, there was something really dark and sinister and negative about it inside. And I still don't know what it was, but I think I was about 20 when I went in, and I lasted about maybe 6-7 minutes, and then I just said, no, I'm out of here. So instead I went to the rooftop, and that was gorgeous. I mean, I still have memories to this day of how insane Piazza Duomo and the rest of Milan looks from up there. So that is something that I would definitely recommend, and obviously I know a lot of people who also enjoy the inside of the Duomo. I just don't happen to be one of them. Leading away from the Duomo is Corso Vittorio Emanuele, and if you live in London, this is kind of like the Oxford Street of Milan, meaning that you've got a lot of high street brands here as opposed to high-end luxury brands, which is on via Montenapoleone, which I'm going to show you next. The funny thing is that I used to come to this street a lot when I was at university here, so I would shop here at Zara and Mango and all the other high street brands, and I'm noticing that some of them have stayed exactly the same, whilst other shops have been completely replaced with, you know, newer, cooler brands, but the layout of everything is identical to what it used to be. So actually not that much has changed here, which is pretty cool, but also a little bit weird. Just sort of takes me back in time 10 years ago. I am now now approaching the ice cream place where I used to get ice cream pretty much on a daily basis. Ooh, this is dangerous. They have amazing flavors like Nutella, white chocolate, Snickers. I'm not sure I even want to look there. Should I look? What do you guys think? Oh, it's too late, I've looked. Okay, let's be honest. How else did we think the story was going to end? When it comes to resisting ice cream, I'm about as useless as a chocolate teapot. I have just started walking on Via Montenapoleone, which is Milan's main luxury fashion shopping street. And if you want a comparison, you can easily take Fifth Avenue in Manhattan or London's Bond Street. Now, if a designer brand were to pay rent here, it would be higher than any other street in Italy. And this is actually one of the highest rents in Europe and in the world as well. That is how prominent and how important this street is for a designer brand in terms of having their shop here. It rose to fame after the Second World War, I believe, and that's when it was given meaning in the fashion world, and it still is to this day the place where you'll find the most prestigious designer boutiques. But for me, I think I like coming here because of the side streets, because of the little streets that go off of Via Montenapoleone, and that's where you'll find secondary designer shops. So not the ones that you'll see in, you know, the big fashion magazines, but ones that are up and coming and ones that you want to discover and you want to buy things from to be in fashion for next season. My university was actually on one of the little side streets that I mentioned earlier. I studied design in Milan when I lived here for 3 years. So this area was honestly the perfect choice for them to have their university in, because every single day you'd walk to class and you just feel inspired after passing through here. I'm out for dinner now, about to go to a sushi restaurant, and I've been looking forward to this for a while now because one of my favorite sushi restaurants, as it turns out, is right next to the hotel where I'm staying. Sushi baby! That was a really nice dinner, and I can't believe it's still light outside. Amazing. Anyway, I think that is it for this vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And here we are with my best angle yet again. Ugh, really should have been a model.